Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special bonus reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Gemini, I hope you're doing well. This is a special bonus reading all about what people are thinking and saying about you at this time. I'm using two decks for your reading today. The first one is the Human Spirit Oracle for the overall energy, and the Artist Decoded for the tarot portion of your reading. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Gemini. Whoa. Okay. That came out really quickly. Gemini, right off the bat, I can see that somebody is very, very envious of you. Number 34, which corresponds to the Chariot card, Cancer energy in the Major Arcana. That's a card of fast action, progression, victory. And the card is Eat Your Words. Ooh, not everybody got quite a salacious card. But Gemini, I don't put it past you, right? You're one of a kind. Some words on here. There's some words featured on this card we can see here. Doubt, what is it? Doubt, judgment, rude. The thing about it is, Gemini, I see you wholly and completely unbothered by anybody who would be in this energy. It's like I'm just going to continue to eat my delectables and sit in my throne and do what I need to do. As you should, Gemini, as you should. Unless you've been naughty, Gemini, and that's up to you, right? But somebody here is, Gemini has a way with words. You are represented by the King of Swords in the tarot, and King of Swords is a master at their craft, an authority figure, very scholarly, learned person who knows how to articulate. So the fact that this says eat your words, it's like whatever you may have said, if it was meant to be sarcastic or powerful in some way, then I dare say that you accomplished your aim, and that this person is, I think in one sense I feel this envy, but in another sense, it's like they want to be you. They don't just want what you have, but they want to be like you. So this eat your words, it's from a person. When somebody says to you, I'm going to make you eat your words, it's like they're trying to prove themselves in the light of something that you've done. And again, I feel as though you probably know who this is and that you're completely unbothered by it. Because it's like, good for you. Do what you need to do. I'm going to continue on with what I'm doing. Now, we want to be mindful, right? We're not trying to be purposefully belligerent or, I don't think that there's any good that can come from trying to start fights with people. I don't necessarily think that's your intention, but always good to err on the side of grace. I'm going to get 3 cards for the base spread. This is a quick reading, just to get the temperature of what's going on. Okay, so I wanted to get 3 cards. 5 cards came out. It's pretty amazing, actually. I'm gonna keep these for Spirit's advice. The first card out is the Page of Wands in the reverse. So, Page of Wands, when we look at the tarot, it's split into 4 suits. The Wands, the Cups, the Pentacles, and the Swords being the suit of Gemini, air energy. They run from Ace to 10, and then you have the court cards, Page, Knight, Queen, King. So by the time we reach the Page, the Wand suit, the Fire suit, we've already summoned a certain amount of confidence. We are emboldened to make some decisions that kind of kick us into high gear. Page of Wands is curious and unafraid. They may not know all the answers. They may not know exactly what to do, but they like to get their feet wet. They want to try something. They want to explore. They're not afraid of the newness of things, setting out on a journey, kind of like this card depicts. But this card is in reverse. I feel as though somebody is hesitant. They want to say something like, I'm going to make you eat your words, but then they back down. I'm seeing a very specific scenario in my mind right now. I'm hearing some emergency response vehicles. Oh, it just stopped. Interesting. So I'm seeing a very specific scenario right now of this younger person, much younger person that I know, that tried to, it has nothing to do with me, it actually has to do with somebody adjacent to me. They tried to kick up some trouble. They thought they were going to become friends with somebody, and it didn't turn out the way that they thought it would. And so instead of being an adult about it, because they're basically not an adult about it. Oh, I hear yelling outside. Right? There could be conflict. Instead of being an adult about it and just kind of licking your wounds and saying, okay, this person doesn't want to be my friend, this young person tried to get this other person in trouble. Real trouble, like significant trouble. And now they're regretting their life choices, right? And I'm watching all of this on the sidelines. I'm merely an observer to this scenario. But it reminds me of this card. There's somebody here that can't really compete with you. If, you know, I alluded to the King of Swords, you being the King of Swords. It's not on the table, but this is, Spirit is showing me the King of Swords to represent Gemini. A page cannot compare to a king. A page has no standing with a king. A page is merely a novice, a student. A king rules a kingdom. They don't have time for petty squabbles and trivialities. So I see this person, you know, it's a lot of this, but not a lot of action, right? Here you are, and this is what they see, right? This is what they see, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is the pre-Empress energy, somebody who is self-sufficient, independently wealthy, worked hard for everything that they have, enjoying the fruits of their labor, generous to a certain extent, really comfortable in their skin. This is how this page sees you. Somewhat unapproachable, right? Even though they're a page, and technically a page can, you know, in terms of a hierarchy, is higher than the 9 of Pentacles, but okay, Spirit just said you don't need a title to be a leader. You don't need a title to be a leader. It's one of these situations where, you know, you could be, and this is in no way to degrade this role because it is crucial. And I work in hospitality, so it's a crucial role, but it's the difference between the janitor and the general manager, right? In a certain situation, the janitor could be the one with all the integrity. It doesn't matter what we do for a living. It matters how we operate in our day-to-day. How do we act? What are our values? How do we treat others? Right? So, ooh, I feel envy energy. It's pretty strong, actually. It's pretty strong. I know, and I want to look at you like this, because this character to me, like, I never really enjoyed, well, I don't know what this period of time is called when the men wore like heavy kind of makeup on their face and wigs. What is that called? Somebody knows. It's not the Renaissance. No. What period is this called? Don't remember. I'm a terrible art student, but I never really enjoyed that period. I never enjoyed any of the historical stories from that period. But, so, to me, so Spirit is showing me kind of a certain level of disgust because I don't enjoy it, and I don't watch it, like watching movies from this time period. So Spirit knows that, so it's kind of like they're giving me this, it's like a bitter taste in my mouth, like I don't like it. So this is how this person is seeing you. It's like every time they see you, you remind them of a moment where maybe they lost face, or, and this is the thing, I think you are just being you. I think this person is highly, highly insecure. It doesn't stop your momentum, though. It doesn't stop. You can't help it. Pre-Empress energy, Nine of Pentacles. You can't help it. It's just who you are. And the thing about it is, and the shame about it is that I don't think you ever set out to isolate this person or alienate this person. You're just like doing your own thing. I feel like they've constructed something in their mind. It is a little bit of a cautionary tale, though, just to be, because we don't need to make a mountain out of a molehill. We don't need to make something bigger than it is. I think that it's always best to be the more mature person, to be on the up and up, to lead by example, right? Lead by example. And here you are with an Ace of Pentacles. See, the thing is, when you vibe high, when you kind of stand in your integrity, even if it rubs people the wrong way, because isn't that the truth? When you are sitting in the seat of your power, when you have very good vibration, when you send out goodness to the world, when people are not in the same vibration and frequency as you, they can't stand it. It bothers them. They want to degrade you. They want to put you down. They want to spread rumors about you, right? Spirit will continue to favor you as long as everything that you're doing is with integrity, right? Because Spirit is now showing me the Justice card. We always want to make sure that we're not adding to our karmic burden, the roster, the checklist of everything that we're trying to heal and fix throughout lifetimes. We don't want to add anything to it. So long as that we are staying true to ourselves, being authentic, you're going to continue to be favored. And that's going to drive this person nuts. What I'm hoping is that they just give up these shenanigans and kind of let go. But I do see some envy. I see some immaturity. And it's almost like Spirit is saying, just keep it moving. Because the cards of advice that I have for you, it's amazing. Number 6 in the Major Arcana, the Lover's card. This is Gemini energy. Gemini, you showed up in your own reading. Here you are. They're saying, be authentic and true to you, right? The Lovers is not just about divine partnership, divine union, but it's also a choice point. That's the original meaning of the card. We are at a decision point. And so it's very crucial, like, how you handle this person. And I know you know who it is. It's the first person you thought of as I started talking. That's the person. How do you handle this person, right? Do you handle them with kid gloves? Do you just ignore them completely? You will have to make that decision for yourself. But no matter what, it's not about compromising who you are. You can be immature, you can be compassionate, you can choose to have a frank conversation. But sometimes when, we have frank conversations with people and they can't handle it. It like sets them off even more because they react defensively, right? You might need a third party to intervene. That would be up to you. The other card that came out is the Three of Swords in the reverse. Three of Swords is the heartbreak, heartache card. I think this is this other person's energy. It's almost as if Spirit is saying be compassionate to it. It's not like being compassionate to somebody does not mean that they're off the hook for something. So, excuse me. For example, let's say you and this person were up for the same job and you just eked it out. You got the job and they didn't, and there's this jealousy, there's this envy happening. You can be compassionate to the fact that they've missed out on something that they really wanted. At the same time, it's not like you're going to quit your job and say, oh, just give it to this other person. No, of course not. Right? But that's kind of what Spirit is saying here. It's kind of like recognize where someone has been hurt and it's still difficult for them to kind of navigate it. With the Lovers card represented right next to this, it's kind of like saying, just show your highest self, your most refined and evolved self in this scenario, and you can't go wrong. So that's your reading, Gemini. It was a quick one. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Gem.